In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use Supabase. Let's start by diving into the initial setup. To kick things off, you'll want to create a Supabase project. Begin by opening your web browser and heading to the Supabase website. Once there, if you already have an account, simply sign in. If not, you'll need to register for an account, which is a pretty straightforward process. Just follow the prompts to get yourself signed up. After successfully signing in, the next step is to create a new project. On the Supabase dashboard, you should see an option to create a new project. Click on that, and you'll be prompted to choose an organization. If you're part of an existing organization, you can select that, or if you need to, you can create a new one. Keep in mind that choosing the right organization is essential, especially if you're collaborating with a team. Moving forward, you will need to set a database password. It's crucial to choose a strong password, as this will ensure the security of your database. Opt for a combination of letters, numbers, and special characters to create a robust password. Store this password safely, as you'll need it to access your database later on. Next, you'll be asked to select a region where your database will be hosted. It's generally best to choose a region closest to your main base of operations or where the majority of your users are located. This can help in reducing latency, thereby improving the performance of your applications. Once you have these details set, you can finally create your project. After your project is created, the fun begins. You can start crafting your database tables. Supabase offers a user-friendly interface that allows you to effortlessly design and manage your database schema. When constructing a new table, think about what type of data you need to store and how you intend to query it. Give your table an appropriate name that reflects the kind of data it contains. While creating your tables, you'll have to define the fields within them. Carefully consider the data types you'll use, such as integers for numerical data or text for strings. Each field should have a clear purpose and its data type should align with how you're going to use the data. Make sure to take the time to plan your database schema thoughtfully, as this can save you a lot of headaches in the long run. Once your tables are correctly set up, Supabase automatically provides an API that you can use to interact with your data. This feature significantly simplifies the process of integrating your database with front-end applications. And there you have it. By following these steps, you've laid the groundwork for a successful Supabase project. As you become more comfortable, explore the additional features Supabase offers to enhance your project further. Make sure to revisit your settings periodically to keep everything running smoothly. Until next time, happy coding and good luck with your projects.